Okay.
Okay, everybody, welcome to our group coaching call. Lovely Julie Patterson just reminded me I wasn't recording, so you're kind of tuning in partway through. They both just shared they had great victories this week. We're going to move on to where's your business going this week. And did you guys, both people watching the recording and Julie and Christy, see the information about the sampling incentive that started May 1st that is going to run through August 31st?
Yeah.
Did you see it yet, Christy?
Yes, I was going to actually ask you about a couple of dates to set up a sip and sample.
Okay, and so I'm just going to review for those of you who haven't seen it. This is the first time Isagenix has done this, and I have to say I love what they're doing because it's all around being in action. And I think that's kind of been our theme this year with our coaching is what daily action steps are we doing to move our business forward, whether it's moving our bodies, being in healthy mind and body, posting consistently, having events consistently, going to events consistently. And so this one, I don't know if they have a name for it. I don't see a name for the promo, but here's the details. If you host your own sip and sample between May 1st and August 31st, then you go to this one website, and the website is isagenixare.com, isagenixr.com, and you register your event. So Julie and I both saw this and decided, let's go ahead and schedule one for May. So Julie, when is yours?
Tuesday, the 14th.
Yep, so hers is going to be May 14th, and she's on the east side of Algonquin, over the river and through the woods. And mine is going to be Monday, May 20th, here on the west side of Algonquin, almost in Huntley. And so it was kind of funny. We kept calling each other on the phone because we had never done this before, is they actually have you sign up through, is it Eventbrite?
Yeah.
So they actually have you sign up through Eventbrite to create your party. And then just for hosting a party and signing up on Isagenix ARE, they're going to send you a survey. Have you gotten your survey yet?
I have not.
Okay, I haven't either. They say the survey comes within a couple days, and for filling out the survey, you get $50 in a product coupon code, so that's that you have product to sample for your sip and sample. You get 5 enrollment codes, 5 free enrollment codes, and 2 global celebration tickets. And from what I'm understanding, the ticket can't be for you, but they're to give out to your team members. And again, I love this because if you want to throw a team challenge on or reward somebody for being in action, what a great reward to say, here, come join me at Celebration. So I have not read the fine print, but I think it has to be a sampling party. I don't think virtual parties count. Did either of you guys, did you see?
I didn't, it has to be some sort of where people attend.
Okay. So it has to be a sampling party. And you are doing yours more based on the Forever Pack, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I haven't decided how I'm doing mine yet. I've still been kind of tweaking mine. I may show both extremes, like do the Forever Pack plus the 30-day or value pack and just kind of show them. And Randy, in case you guys hadn't seen it, did both you guys get copies of that new price sheet Randy did where he started with the value pack and went down to the Forever Pack?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for those of you watching, if you haven't seen it, I'll put that attachment below on comments of the recording here in case you haven't seen it. So I'm still kind of playing with it. But what I do have to show you, I'll be right back.
I know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm getting, don't you?
Yep.
How cute is this? So in case you don't know, if you go to Home Depot, you can buy different thicknesses of cord and they cut it to how much you want it. It's $1 a foot. So I did 5 feet. And so I had him, and it was funny because with this kind of rope, they burn it as they fray it. And I told him, or as they cut it, and I'm like, I need it not burned. Like, I need you. And he's like, well, actually, it'll burn it. You can just take a butcher knife at home and cut it. So that's what I did. The red tape is in the lighting section or painting section. Is basically electrical tape, and they come in multiple colors. Who knew? I've only seen black. But I would say I have a whole spool, so don't buy red. If you need red, you can borrow mine. But I love that I have a whole little telomere strand now. So I'm trying to come up with a post talking about, is it better to have long or short? And, just kind of trying to come up with something fun. So I'm even thinking I want to do a team meeting in the near future, which we'll talk about next as well. I'd love to make mini cords for everybody as kind of a reminder for you to stay on your health journey, like consistency, and to remind you that everybody needs telomere health. So I think that would be kind of fun for the meeting. So I have my own my cord. So I definitely will talk Forever Pack. I just haven't decided if I'm doing Forever Pack only or doing both extremes and giving people the choice. So I'm going to encourage everybody, it doesn't have to be May because this runs through August, to come up with doing an event. If you want to do and here's another idea, partner up with some people. Like I was talking to Amanda Campbell, and she may partner up with Christy Pahlke because Amanda is from McHenry and knows a bunch of people in McHenry, and Christy already lives in McHenry. So, maybe it looks like you and Sam partnering together, Christy, or, coming up with some people where it's not just you, because I think the more people, and I would say, Julie, for you, Debbie seems to be in motion, and who's your other person who's doing really well? Is there anybody else wanting to share yet for you?
Well, not really. Working on. They don't live near here though.
Okay. I was gonna say, even Katrina, I don't know how she's doing yet on her journey, but
yeah.
Show them how simple it is by you leading the way and doing the party and partnering with them, because this is where we step up as leaders and we reach down and help them and mentor and model to them. And if you guys want me there, let me know and I'll check my schedule. If you're fine doing it on your own, go for it. If you're fine partnering with a bunch of leaders, go for it. I just think this is a great reward that I don't want to see slip by. I think we all should be doing this. And I don't care if it's one a month, one a week, 2 a summer, whatever. And maybe you want to do one during the day and one at night, or one on a weekend and one on a weekday. Like, you can play with it. And from what we can see online, they're not maxing out how many of these parties you can do. Right. So, and didn't you say you were seeing some like weekly on there, Julie? So some people are doing one a week. So, look at your time availability. I don't know, Christy, like with your kids home in the summer, is that better or worse, as far as time availability? You may not have the sports at night, but you're going to have the kids home during the day. So just look to see when is best for you and, work around that. Did you guys have any thoughts, comments about this incentive?
So you can host as many sip-in samples as you want, and you'll get the $50 every time. Wow.
From what I'm told.
And I know
the enrollment codes.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I remember seeing it, but where did I see it?
So with Isagenix, it's on isagenixbusiness.com. On our pages, it's both on Racing to Executive and Shooting Stars. I don't think to go to Isagenix Business, which is terrible. I should go there more often. I happened to see it on IC University is actually where I saw it first. And then went, oh, and then I actually cross-referenced with Lisa because I wanted to make sure this wasn't them creating something within Forever University. Like, I wanted to make sure it was corporate wide. And then when I saw the link at the bottom, link to Isagenix Business, I went there to confirm again before posting it. So, so I just love the initiative and the ideas that corporate's coming up with lately. And I think it's just rewarding people for being in motion, which, we want to be doing anyways. We serve people and help people. Yeah. And remember, with this May incentive that Randy and I are doing, you get points for having an event. You get points for enrollment. You get points for rank advancing. And we're doing 3 prizes for that. So, do the double dipping, get your rewards from Isagenix, and then get points for our May challenge as well. Ours only runs through May, where, this from corporate runs all summer.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So what kind of questions, roadblocks, where are you guys at these days?
I'm okay. I mean, I feel like I'm getting some good momentum going, and so when you have momentum, you kind of feel like you're not really coming up against obstacles. But
Right?
yeah, I mean, I'm kind of strategizing, and I'm hoping that with the sip and sample that I'm having, the people that I've been talking to that have been sitting on the fence will come and just get all the information and, you know.
Speaking of that, so here's something else that I caught on this incentive that I wasn't catching at first. And I think you said it to me the other day on the phone, Julie. When you host your event, if somebody enrolls and then they turn around and host their event, you also get rewarded with shakes. Isn't it they get 1 shake and you get 3 shakes or something like that?
They have to register their event immediately after they sign up, I think is what it is. And then
Right.
you get a shake. But the point was, if 3 people sign up and register, then you're going to get 3 shakes because those 3 people are also.
Okay, so it's 1-to-1. So each of you get a shake. So again, when you have the party, take that next step forward in asking them if they'd like to find accountability partners and have a party right away.
Yeah.
And this kind of goes along with some of the podcasts I was listening to lately. I don't even remember whose it was, but they were talking about hitting that blue button right away. You know, that I kind of had that strategy.
PK, we talked about it.
Oh, that's who it was. Exactly. So Cindy's Call Monday, they were talking about, you know, when we came out with Customer First 2 years ago, a bunch of us had this thought of wait till you have your second person ready to enroll to hit the blue button. But stats are actually showing the people for longevity and the people that are growing and succeeding are the ones who hit the blue button right away. So I think, you know, pair these together of, hey, the next step forward in your journey is hit the blue button, become an associate, and let's schedule your first launch party to help your friends feel their best and find some accountability partners.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, you know, coming up with the right scripting, so I had to watch the PK thing on the rewind because we were gone that night. And Barante's scripting of the menu. Okay, so PK talks about when you're, instead of offering enrollment options or instead of offering kit options, she says, let's take a look at the menu. And it's a brilliant mindset because you think about when you order food, you don't order a kit, you order off the menu. And I think that she even said, it wasn't a kit, whatever word she used, you know, what pack do you want? Let's go over it, whatever that was. And I think he even said scripting. Get rid of the word scripting, get rid of the word kit or enrollment pack and replace it with menu. Let's look at the menu. And I was like, oh, that's a great shift mindset wise.
Yeah.
So I really liked that. But, and I am guilty of, oh, let's wait till you have your second person and have you flip the associate button. I'm just as guilty of it. So let's try something new. You know, let's try, since we'll get rewarded if we get people to have launch parties right away, then get them to hit the associate button right away and see what happens.
Right.
Idea.
So the other thing, nobody logged in on Sunday, and we may even talked about it last week a little bit, is those of you who have friends who their kids are going away to college or moving out on their own. I had done a post about the cost of meal plans. So what we've heard, or we've seen personally from both Baylor and Iowa State, and we've heard from about a dozen team members on our team who've sent their kids away. For sure, freshman year, and sometimes freshman and sophomore year, they're required by the university to get a meal plan. And this was eye-opening for me with Zach 2 years ago. So I kind of asked a bunch of people, Grabners, Wades, us, Welsh's, like I just went around asking them, what do they pay or charge per meal? And most of them will have 2 or 3 meal plans you can choose from, but you're still forced to pay $8 to $12 a meal on these meal plans at school.
Wow.
And then you think about it, even like with Zach, now that he's in an apartment, he didn't have to do a meal plan, so he didn't. This kid knows how to cook. And he does do 2 shakes a day, but instead of cooking his third meal, he's still going out. Like he's doing the whole Jimmy John Subway. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what a waste of money. Of course, I'm mom. I know nothing. He's not going to listen to me. But to my point, these young kids don't want to cook or don't know how to cook or not taking the time to cook, or they're forced on a meal plan. So with everybody, like today was last day for District 158, probably for Jacobs too this week sometime, because I know Jacobs, Hampshire, and us, and I think Dundee Crown, I don't know about Dundee Crown, but for sure Jacobs, Hampshire, and Huntley all graduate on the 18th. Like we all have the same day. And so now is that time. Like May 1st was the date that you had to commit if you were going away to school. So now is when all the things are happening, like registering for classes and meal picking and dorm picking. So in your posts, whether you tailor it towards young adults living on their own, whether you tailor it towards college kids, I think this is a prime time to kind of hone in on that with 1 or 2 of your posts in the next couple weeks, because people are picking that out right now. And I remember last year I missed the boat with it, like because Zach decided so late and it was the first time around. I don't think I started talking about this till June, when really it's in May that the parents are doing this. So just kind of a heads up to keep your ears open with friends or family members that are sending kids away or having them move out, that, you know, whether it's personal stories, you know, Julie, I don't know if you want to use that as a personal story with Connor, that he uses that for meal replacement or whatever, but I think it's really great timing. I'm trying to think. Go ahead.
I have a question. So when you have a new person interested in Isagenix, do you think you should send them both the Forever Pack video and an ISA movie?
I'm doing just the Forever Pack right now. And then when I talk with them and I ask what their goals are, if they're looking for something more specific like fitness performance, or they know about cleansing and so they're specifically looking for a cleanse, then I will tailor it more towards them. But I'm really trying, and it's so hard, I'm trying to give this Forever Pack a good 3 to 6 month try, because it's really not fair that when we started it, we didn't have Isagenesis to see what the results were. And the thing that kills me is now that we actually have Isagenesis, my one person who has signed up on a true Forever Pack has a dual residency, Florida and Illinois. With taking care of her husband and moving back to Illinois, like her auto ship should be tomorrow, and we've pushed it back because she literally hasn't opened her box yet. Like, oh my gosh. And I kept trying to say, like, this is going to simplify your life, and the whole reason you're doing this is to build up your strength to help take care of your husband. So I talked with her yesterday. Her official start day is Monday of this week. So I want to see results of what this Forever Pack can do before I say, no, I'm going to go back to the packs. So I'm trying to stick with just the Forever Pack, but I'm not opposed to throwing in Ionix or throwing in the Amped line. You know what I mean? So right now, that's what I'm sending.
Okay.
Your thoughts, Julie?
I am primarily talking about the Forever Pack. I do have, the only bad thing I think about that sometimes is a lot of people don't, well, half of the people that I've enrolled on the Forever Pack are not doing the Isagenesis. Like they're like, oh, I just want the shakes for now. I don't want the supplement.
Was it because it wasn't available?
No, it was available. Yeah.
So what do you say when they say, I just want shakes?
Other than talking about the benefits of the Isagenesis, and they say, no, I just want to start with the shakes now, then I say, okay, let's do 4 canisters. Let's get you in 2 shakes a day. So I'm still trying to get over that, that 100 BB, but I don't want to argue with them to the point where they don't want to do it.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
and I can't believe somebody's not wowed by that science. Like,
well, I've had a few people that are like, I can't wait. You know what I mean? Like the girl Candy that I enrolled under Michael, she's doing, I told you her situation. So
right.
She's doing 1 shake and the Isagenesis. So she's looking forward to both of them. But, so I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a, you know, if I had to, I'd tell everybody to be on Isogenesis. You know what I mean? And I've got people on my team now asking me about who've already been on the products, and all the other products are now asking about the Isogenesis.
Right. They want to start incorporating it.
Exactly. So it's kind of with the Forever Pack, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, because now we're not introducing the other products.
Right. However, that's where the product pages and continually posting about other products and I like they talk about the welcome call within the first couple days and then the celebration call. We still then do a third call of walking them through their back office, and I think that's the prime time to ask, like, what other targeted solutions are you looking for? And then I bring it up. So I do think there's a way to tie it in. I do think it's less overwhelming and you don't have the price objection starting with the Forever Pack. I just think we need to come up with that rhythm to get them. And, you know, like you listen to the Forever Pack videos and they make it sound like every single person is going to find out about every product on their own. I don't know that that happens. However, I will say, like, there's a couple people that Randy's enrolled, like 4 of them I can think of off the top of my head. When they've come to do that 7-day celebration call, every time with these, like for 4 or 5 people I'm thinking of, they've been already tooling all around the back office. They already knew about all the other products. So it's not that they're not looking. They're looking to see what else we have.
Right. Well, and I have had a few people do that. And I've even been like, I'm so excited you've already been back there. What would you like to talk about? Things like that. So we have had conversations.
Right.
Not everybody's that motivated though, or understand what they're supposed to be looking for. Do you know what I mean?
So I think it's still just in that mode of fine tuning at this point. And again, worst case scenario, 6 months later, you go, you know what, I was doing better on the packs, you go back to the packs. But I don't think it's a fair shake when we were out of Isogenesis for 2 months and we're just now starting to get enrollments. So just so you know, the post I made yesterday, and I don't remember if both of you commented or not, about Joe Campbell. Feel free to comment if you haven't. So he was literally ultimate skeptic, especially because he came from a farming family. So he used to get really, like, take it personal when I talk about the farm fields not being where they were decades ago. So the fact that he's even doing this is like hell's freezing over. Like, he was so dead against this for 5 years. It was ridiculous. But he has only done shakes. He has now done 1 cleanse, but that testimony was even before doing the first cleanse. So he has lost 30 pounds, and I couldn't put it because it's non-compliant, but his blood pressure has gone down and his cholesterol has gone down, besides the 30 pounds of weight loss. You know, so when people get worried, like, are you going to see results only with shakes? Yes. We've had people, Shannon Castleberry, my Orange Theory fitness person, she doesn't cleanse. She does Ionics and shakes and the Amped line, but she doesn't cleanse. She's cleansed once. So again, and she lost 20 pounds, you know, so you will hit results. I think you add that isogenesis, and that's where your non-scale victories are really going to come into play. But, you know, feel free to comment, and if you want to borrow that, because it is really a Forever Pack story, that there's no cleansing in that story. Obviously, get a hold of Amanda or Joe and get their permission. But I think the more we can show stuff like that, and so I was trying to talk about how nutrition, really simple changes, made a big difference. That I really like that new hashtag, that's going to be my event of what it's called on the 20th is, you know, simple changes equals big results. So the more we can do that, and we're not confusing or overwhelming people at the beginning, they're hopefully going to then find all the other products and start cleansing and all that.
Which I think even with getting on one of the smaller packs, all that stuff is not in there.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's the shakes, the Ionics, the cleanse, you know, but there's not the vitamins and the Amped line and the isogenesis and all that. You know, all that stuff's not in there. So it's kind of the same concept. You're starting them fairly simple, and then they're finding the rest on their own.
Right.
It's just same with all the snacks and all the bars and all that stuff. I mean,
right.
It's not a box. So, I mean, it's still the same concept. It's
Yep.
just a smaller version of it.
Yep. All right. Well, I got to scoop, but I want to say kudos to you guys for tuning in and staying in action, and think about hosting your own party. And please remember to stay consistent with your posting, because that was Christy's victory, as somebody asked her from her posting, that we don't know when people are watching or not watching. And a lot of times people who never even comment or like on your posts, they're watching you. And sadly, I think they're waiting for you to fail or waiting for you to step back so that they can say, see, it didn't work. And so you always want to stay consistent, whether that's once a week, once a day, 3 times a week, but definitely keep that consistency up. And there was one more thought that I had and it totally escaped me by now. Oh, please remember to, as leaders, post something on ISOJourney once a week. And especially with this Forever Pack, the more we can do a product of the day or a tip of the day, I think those are what are in need, is the tip of the day, the product of the day. So if everybody covers something once a week, then that's going to help introduce people to more products.
Sounds good.
All right. Make it a great day, friends, and we will chat later.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.